Hey, what's up, guys? Gabe here with another box rip. This time I'm opening up some Yu-Gi-Oh! This year they're doing the 25th anniversary and they're re-releasing the first couple sets that came out ever for Yu-Gi-Oh! I was a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan when I was a kid. I loved the TV show. I was the kid that went to Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments at the comic book store. Actually won regionals. Not regionals. I was a store champion one season. No big deal. But, yeah, this is I found this box at Collecticon. It's cool stuff. It's very nostalgic for me. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, that whole era of when I was a early teen, 10 years old, however old I was. Yeah, so let's get ripping. I'm gonna get some of these for the store, hopefully, if I can find any. Game cards, I normally sell sports cards, as you can see here, and game cards are just a little bit harder to come by. It kind of depends on what it is. Pokemon isn't too bad. I'm searching for. Prop this open. I don't know how to keep these open. Cool. I think we got it. So let's get this out. Put this on the side here. Let's get ripping. So here we're looking at for Blue Eyes White Dragon. What is it? 3 cards from the back. Let's try 3 cards. Tripwire Beast, Hinotama Soul, Remove Trap, Zolvarok, Turtle Tiger, Tyone, Spirit of the Harp, and Mountain. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's pretty niche. Not a lot of people, let's get some cards from the back here. 1, 2, 3. Unless you watched a hell of a lot of Saturday morning cartoons, not a lot of people really knew about Yu-Gi-Oh! It almost did get as big as Pokemon for a little while. Basically, the whole premise of Yu-Gi-Oh! The TV show was the protagonist, Yugi. He was playing a card game to save the world. And then all these cards came out with it, and it was fun. Compared to, what do you call it, Magic and Pokemon, it's, like, play-wise, playing the game, it's actually a pretty good mix of Pokemon and Magic. Pokemon is a very simple game where you can't do anything on your opponent's turn, like trap cards or instant cards, but that exist here in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Has that kind of Pokemon culture around it. And a lot of people actually still play it to this day. Occasionally I'll buy cards from more modern sets if I like the art on some of them. And truthfully, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Card art is some of the best out there. Pretty underrated. Reaper of the Cards. Flame Manipulator. Yeah, we're looking for Exodia, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician. Who else? Basically cards that were popular on the TV show. That's the main characters used. These cards are actually smaller than sports cards and other game cards. They're just stop defense. So that's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying part about it. You have to get special sleeves and everything. Alright. Spike Seadra, Hinotamasol, Larvas, Raised Body Heat. I actually didn't start playing this game until the second set came out, which is Metal Raiders, and I have a box of that too. I'll rip in another video, but so that one, Metal Raiders, actually holds a special place in my heart, so to speak. Kind of corny, but yeah, I was super into Yu-Gi-Oh! I still play the video games. Basically, if you don't know how to play the game, each player starts with 8,000 life points. And then, you try and use these monster cards and spell cards and trap cards to bring the life points down to 0 and you win. But then there's also decks where you can mill people. Yeah, it's crazy now. I don't even know what the meta is right now. But still, these cards, I didn't really hit anything yet. These cards, oh man, I spent summers playing this game, watching the TV shows. I loved it. 2, 3. Secret Hearts, Yami. The green cards are spell cards. They used to be called Magic cards, but then Magic the Gathering actually, I think they tried to sue them or something. There's a Dark Hole. That was a really OP card back in the day. I don't know if it's banned or not right now, but destroy all monsters on the field. Crazy. It's our first rare, I guess. Foil card. I'm so mad that I threw away all my original cards. Oh my gosh, I had so many meta cards. The meta back then, it was pretty crazy. Everyone was playing the same deck because the card pool was so small, You only had 1 or 2 sets at the time, so everyone's deck was the same. It was very simplified. I think the decks back then were called, you're either playing Beatdown, Exodia, or Defense, a defense deck that had direct damage with spell cards. Oh, there's a polymerization. Hane or Hane. There's polymerization. Fusion cards were really poor back then. I don't think anyone played any fusion decks between the first few sets. It just wasn't worth it, Because it was like none of the fusion cards were great. I don't even think there was ritual monsters the first few sets. Like there wasn't probably like the 3rd or 4th set. Tatsumi Giant Soldier of Stone. That's from the TV show. Yugi played that. That was part of the defensive deck, that Giant Soldier of Stone. But yeah, if they had another Legendary Collection set, and I ripped a ton of this. It came out a few months ago. I should have ripped it on camera, but maybe I'll get some more. I was really addicted to it. Had all the God cards in it. Raised Body Heat. Fissure was a pretty meta card back then. It might still be right now. Beaver Warrior, that's from the TV show as well. I don't even think I've seen any trap cards so far, have I? Yeah, the game now is just kind of complicated. So many combos and different ways to summon monsters, I just can't keep up. Final Flame. And Songen. Or Sogen. Yeah, the downside of these smaller cards is the text is small too. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of notorious for having massive amounts of text on their cards. It takes forever to read them and kind of resolve things. But, you know, the first set, as you can tell, it was very simplified. There's a lot of normal monsters, not too many effect monsters here. This makes me want to play the game now. 1, 2, 3. Man, I haven't hit anything, really. It's kind of sad. Still got a couple more packs to go. Silver Fang. Yeah, Dragon Capture Jar. Mountain. I'm gonna try and get all the anniversary sets eventually, if I can find them in person. 1, 2, 3. I want a case of these. Maybe I'll open them on my own or try and sell them. Basic Insects, Akitas Night, Umi, and Warrior number 1. Pot of Greed. Oh, our first secret is coming up. Like that pottery. This is a crazy card. And Gaia the Dragon Champion. I think this card gets pulled a decent amount. Some of the videos I've seen. But here's a fusion monster. Like, this was the best one, and you know, this was like way too much work to summon back then. 2,600 for what, needing 3 cards. One, 2, 3. Nice. Oh, I think I just screwed that up. Whatever. Dark Gray, Petite Dragon, King Fog, Mystical Sheep number 2, Mystical Moon. Oh, what is this? It's an Exodia piece? Fusionist. There we go. Left leg of the Forbidden One. Wow. I'm going to try and put this one together. So you don't know, I'm normally a sports cards guy. If you're watching this and got this far in the video. So you need the left leg, right arm, left arm, and then the body or the head of Exodia. And if you got all 5 of those cards in your hand, you automatically won the game. Back then, it was actually pretty hard to do. So that deck wasn't super good, but you were basically the rich guy in the shop if you had an Exodia deck. 2, 3, Sparks, Fancy Panda, Metal Dragon, Flame Manipulator. I wanted Exodia so freaking bad back then. I think the problem with that deck was that, at least at the time, there was hardly any draw cards. And then hardly any cards that interacted with your graveyard back then. So if Exodia got in your graveyard, you were pretty much done for. Laser Cannon Armor. Flower Wolf. Oh, Red Eyes, Black Dragon. Nice. This was a popular card in the show. This was Joey Wheeler's card. Like that. Very nice. I love that card. Hopefully we can get a Blue Eyes White Dragon out of these last few packs here. Probably not, the way things are going now. Yeah, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Ooh, Celtic Guardian. So another popular card Yugi used. Like that. Love it. Yeah, so the game isn't... The actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Game isn't as complicated as, what do you call it? Magic the Gathering. But it's also not as super simple as Pokemon. Teak Dragon, Terra the Terrible, Dark World Thorns, Dark Fire Dragon, and End Warrior number 2. Nice. Last 2 packs here. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is actually pretty good too. It's definitely kid corny, but towards the end it got pretty serious, like an adult anime almost to me. Armed Ninja, Drooling Lizard. Alright, last pack. Hopefully we can get something here. Alright. Oh, let's count the cards. 2, 3, maybe it's 4 cards. Let's try 4 cards on the front. 4 cards, wasn't 4 cards. Well, we got a Flame Swordsman. Another popular card. Joey Wheeler's card, like that. Then the rest are just commons. We already pulled. Love it. There's a giant soldier stone. Cool. That's the break. Thanks for watching.